Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Tech Tutorials 2K21. So today we are going to learn the second lab program in object-oriented programming through C++ lab as per JNTUK syllabus, which is for R20 regulation for second CSC students. And here is a program which I already described. The program description, like we have to create a class with a name distance and we have to take two data members, name, feet and inch, and then we have to use a constructor and destructor concept for adding two distances using the object concept. So before we are going to take an explanation about this program, we have to know what do you mean by a constructor. So in C++ programming language, a constructor is a special method which is used to initialize the objects. So by using this constructors concept, we are going to initialize the objects. So that is indirectly we are going to assign a values to a data members of a class. So we have two different types of constructors like default constructor and parameterized constructor. So the default constructor is simply having the class name without having any arguments, and which is used to initialize the default values for the data members of a class. Whereas the parameterized constructor will take the arguments, and by using that arguments we are going to assign a values to data members of a class. So the differences between the normal method and the constructor to initialize the values to our data members is, for a normal methods to initialize a value to data members, we have to instantiate the method explicitly after we are creating the object. Simply we can use the object name with dot operator and we need to call the function to assign a value. Whereas the constructors, we need not to invoke explicitly, because when an object is created in object-oriented environment, automatically the constructor is called. So I'll show you how to assign values to our data members through a constructors, and how to use the constructor and destructor concept for the same program. So this is my class. My class name is distance. So as mentioned, I taken two data members like feet and inch, and now you can see this is a constructor. So why? See here I have a method which I'm having my class name. So remember, always constructor is always having the name of the class. So here this is a default constructor because I don't have any arguments. And here I'm going to assign a default values to my feet and inch. So that is initially I'm going to assign with zeros. And then this is again a constructor which will take two arguments, int f and int I. So by using these two arguments, I'm going to assign values for my feet and inch. So now you can observe that feet equals to f and inch equals to I. So this is a destructor. So it will do the reverse operation of your constructor. Whereas the constructors are used to allocate a memory, whereas the destructor is used to destroy the memory. So here I'm using the destructor. Now you can find out the difference between the constructor and destructor is. So the destructor is preceding with a tile symbol. So now you can see this is a symbol we can use before the destructor. So it will be differentiated like your constructor and destructor. So here I'm simply calling, I'm given one message like destructor is called. And this is my display method. So here I'm going to display the feet and inches of my distance. And here the method same, sum method here I'm written. For that I'm going to pass two objects, object 1 and object 2, which is created for my class distance. And here I'm going to add object 1 dot feet and object 2 dot feet. and inch equals to object1 dot inch plus object2 dot inch. So at this, I'm written this condition because when I'm adding inches of two objects, if it exceeds 12, so now I'm going to convert into inches, feet. So because of that reason, here I'm going to check after I'm adding two objects inches, now it will be greater or equals to 12. So if it is 12 or greater, then I'm going to add 1 to my feet and then I'm going to subtract 12 from my total inch. So that is the logic here. So this simply is converting 4 inches to feet. And in my main function, and here I'm creating objects. At the time of I'm creating object, I can pass the values to my data members. Here I have two objects. So by these two objects, I'm going to assign two different values. Now we can see 12, 22, 11 and 5 and 8. So this is my third object. By this third object, I'm going to call my method sum. So now it is going to add two objects distances, and after that simply I'm going to show my result by calling my display method with object 3. So I'm going to execute this program. So I just compile and run this. So now you can see the destructor is called, and right here the result is taken as the distance is 28 feet 7 inch.